Hi, I'm Roxy Rose, and I am back again making another video. Can't seem to shut me up, so I'm here. I'm making another video, um, and they are kind of therapeutic for me. So the reason I'm making these are twofold. One, I wish I could help somebody out there, and the other is for me. It's very helpful for me to be verbal and actually, talk about these things because they're all issues that bother me. And I'm thinking that maybe sometimes they bother other people too, or other transsexuals or transgender women or transgender men. Life's pretty tough. It's beautiful. At the same time, it's really, really tough. Going out in public, being accepted, passing, family, co-workers. God, it's just really tough. But then there's really great times too. Just waking up in the morning and being able to be yourself. It's just amazing. It's just a wonderful feeling. And if you haven't transitioned, there's a lot of good things in life, and you should focus on those. But today, what I want to talk to you about is suicide. And unfortunately, in the transgender community, suicide is about 31%. That's a huge, horrible figure. 31% of transsexuals commit suicide, and 50% of transsexuals before the age of 20 attempt it. It's just a terrible figure. The nation, for normal, a typical person, it's 3 in every 100,000 people. So you could see this huge difference. And I think life is beautiful, and no one should ever consider suicide as an option. But even myself, I have been overwhelmed with and distraught with some of the problems that I have faced, and I've considered that as an option, which is really not a nice thing to do to yourself or to the people around you. And well, I want to talk to you a little bit about that. I mean, because we as transgender or transsexual folk, we kind of well, we have that kinship. We go through a lot of the same things. And, a lot of it has to do with our parents. Whether you're a female to male or a male to female, passing is a really huge issue, to some at least. And it is to me, and it can be really difficult because there are just horrible people out there that unfortunately I've run into, and they just feel a need to make you feel really, really lousy. And what I want to tell you is affirmations. Affirmations are really, really positive influences in a person's life. And no matter what stage you're in, if you're pre-transition or if you transitioned or whatever, or if you're, post-op or pre-op, it really doesn't matter. Affirmations are something that could be used by anybody at any age, and they're so helpful, and they've been so helpful to me. And basically what an affirmation is just a positive statement that you say. And you could say it privately in your head, but if you say it outwardly, like right now, what I'm doing, that really helps. If you verbalize it, it really does help. So you too, if you want to make a video and talk about your problems, it is very therapeutic, as well as if you make positive statements such as I've made. It really does help. But one thing that I've come across myself, that I think I came up with this idea, though there might be some people that have this idea, is nowadays with the internet the way it is, it seems like you're thinking up a password every time you turn around for something, whether it be YouTube or Facebook, you have to type in a password. Well, I know a lot of people, will use their address or phone number or something, or maybe their anniversary date or something. Well, try this. if it's possible with the password, try and type out a little statement about yourself, something positive, even if it's just the starting of a affirmation. Just get the ball rolling a little bit. Roxy, you're a good person, or something like that, and type it in. And even if it's just the starting of an affirmation, I like the way I look, or something to that effect. Or Roxy, you have nice eyes, or something. Give yourself a positive affirmation in the way of a password, and every time you type it in, you will be in your mind saying something positive about yourself, and it really does help. You might have to type it in every day, or you might have to type it in 10 times a day, and it really does work. So give that a try. And the other thing I want to tell you, and again, whether it's a male to female or female to male, don't get overtired. When you get sick, and we all do get sick from time to time, give yourself a break, emotionally. Don't be hard on yourself. And eat healthy, drink plenty of water. Doesn't that sound like somebody's mother? Well, if you want to call me Mom, or call me Grandma Roxy, well then please feel free. But please do it, because your body is something you should take care of. And your body's appearance and your facial appearance has a lot to do with how it's feeling. And if you're feeding it well, I know a lot of us trans women, we're constantly trying to lose weight. And that can be really hard. At times you could look a bit gaunt. As you can see, my cheeks are a little sunken in. I mean, that's a byproduct of too much dieting sometimes. And so be aware of that, and give yourself a little break and a little wiggle room. Make sure you eat healthy, and when you're sick, give yourself some time to recuperate, because that complexion that you love sometimes, when you're sick, you don't have the same complexion, and you have those bags under your eyes, and you look in the mirror and you say, oh my God, I look horrible. Well, don't forget, genetic women feel that same way. And sometimes they pass the mirror and they might be saying, oh God, Roxy, don't go outside, you don't pass today. They're not saying that, but they're saying something similar, like, oh my God, I look terrible today. And they start picking themselves apart just as well. So keep that in mind when you get to feeling a little bit bad about yourself. Give yourself a little break, and don't forget those positive affirmations. They really, really do work. There's one other issue I guess I want to talk to you about, and I can't cover all the issues, but like I said with affirmations, verbalize things, talk to somebody about it. There's plenty of hotlines out there just tailored toward transgender and transsexual suicide hotlines. You can find them on the internet. There's plenty of them out there. Talk to somebody, because it really does help to be verbal about these feelings, and talking to somebody does help. A lot of us, because we're treated so badly sometimes by these arrogant, small-minded, inconsiderate, and I'd love to cuss right at the moment, people, and sometimes they're very close relatives or co-workers, and we're treated so badly, sometimes we get it in our head that we might think about suicide as somewhat of a revenge purpose, write a letter saying, you effing people made me do this, and it's because of you effing. Well, the problem with that, well, there's numerous problems, but that thinking is very ineffective. It's not going to accomplish what you feel like it should. Those arrogant, disgusting people are going to arrogantly sidestep whatever it is that you say to them in that phone call, and whatever it is that you write on that note. They're going to sidestep it, and they're going to excuse you as being mentally ill, and your thoughts and your idea of revenge is just not going to work out like you like you thought it would. So don't go down that road. I know this from personal experience that it's just not a road that you want to go down. And also, sometimes what happens is you let that thought of suicide in your head, and then it goes round and round, and it's really hard to get out. Well, you don't want to let it in to begin with, but you certainly have to get it out by thinking positive, and by giving yourself a break, and sometimes by letting that little thought creep in once or twice. It's kind of like target fixation, where all of a sudden you start focusing on that thought, and that's a common problem, but it'll go away with time. Give yourself some time, and don't focus on it. Focus on the good things. Focus on friends, and focus on other things that happen to you. And you're mistaken if you say you don't have anything good in your life, because everybody does, and you're just looking in the wrong places. There is good to be found in life, even when it seems very dismal to think of anything good, but there is good in life. And focus on some of those things. Sometimes I'll think I just have nobody left in my life, and everybody has deserted me. And then I'll get a call a week later from a friend who has just been amazing, and I'll think to myself, I forgot all about him for just a moment, and shame on me, There are nice people out there, and you just have to remember them, and you have to look at the good in life, and keep up those positive affirmations, and give yourself some wiggle room, Don't be so hard on yourself. And some positive affirmations are, could be, F them. Who cares? I don't care what they think, That's a positive affirmation for us transgender people. I don't care what people think. I really don't. It doesn't matter what they think about me. It matters what I think about me. And give yourself those positive affirmations every day. When you wake up in the morning, when you pour your coffee, when you get dressed, when you get in the car and turn on the radio, and give yourself positive affirmations, because you deserve it. You're a good person. You really are a good person. I have yet to meet a transsexual or transgender person that immediately I couldn't spot the good in them. So give yourself that credit. You're a good person, and love yourself, and tell yourself that every day. I wish I could be more help, and I know it's a very difficult situation to deal with, but there are people out there, and like I said, be verbal, talk to these people, and love yourself. This has been Roxy Rose covering not a good situation, transgender suicide, very difficult situation, and it helps me to talk about it, so please excuse my jabbering, even if I do tend to go round and round sometimes. And you too, get out there and talk about it, even if it is making a video just like mine. In fact, hey, make a video and send it to me, and you'll see it makes you feel good. So keep your chin up, not too high, because it doesn't look good when trans women have their chin up too high. Keep your chin up, so to speak, and give yourself a break. And remember, you are loved by a lot of people, even if you can't focus on them. You're loved by people, even if they never said it. You are loved, and I love you. This is Roxy Rose, and I'll talk to you on another video clip. Bye-bye.